Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. This is a channel where I talk about the artwork on Pokemon cards. And the subject of today's video is my favorite artworks from this set, Super Electric Breaker, which was released in Japan in October of 2024. There is an incredibly high standard of artwork in this set. Lots and lots of cards that totally blew me away. I have chosen my top 20, but there are a number of cards that didn't quite make the cut that I'm also going to show you, and we'll start with those. Actually, there's two that aren't here that would have fallen into this category as well, but those were the Full Art Jasmine by Tairai Kitsu, they're both on the way in the post. But I thought I'd make the video today anyway. And the other one is Clement's Wit, which is an SAR. But as I haven't got those, I'm not showing you those, and they didn't make the top 20, but they were very strong cards. So these also didn't make the top 20, but we'll go through them. So we've got Julie Hang doing Capsakid. Julie Hang is the person who did the Bulbasaur in the illustration competition a couple of years ago. I think there's a very strong card. Not a Pokemon I like at all, but beautifully painted card. We've got the Grafaiai by NC Empire. Very colourful, as obviously it's Grafaiai. I just think it's a very clean piece of cartoon graphic art. Strong black outlines on Grafaiai. Nice colours here. Interesting angle. Very good. An artist I'm very fond of, Yu Oka, doing Chenpao. And I think it's an interesting composition, side on. Yeah, it's a nice card. It just wasn't strong enough to make the top 20, but very good. I was impressed by this one. I think this is a new artist, Yori Suzuki. Again, not a Pokemon I like. A lot of these cards are of Pokemon that I don't particularly like, but the artwork is just so strong. Love the anemones here. Yep, very beautiful card. Hope to see lots more by that artist. I am not a fan of Shinji Kanda. I know everyone else raves about Shinji Kanda. This one actually did impress me. It's a bit Keith Haring, but it's a very strong piece of Shinji Kanda artwork. Didn't make my top 20, but I can appreciate that people will like that card very much. This is by Zero Sanichi-san, and is a nice piece of Deco-esque postmodernism of Victini. I think the salmony pinky colour puts me off a little bit, but otherwise it's a strong card. This is Mousehold by Dom. Just like the layout of this. I think it's funny, it's cute, cartoony graphic. Yep, strong card. Moriyama doing Heliolisk. Very good. Well, it's Moriyama. Yeah, really impressive. Dramatic card. Not an electric Pokemon this time. Mankey. Never really warmed to Mankey. This is by Apios. But really good. Strong, low angle, good lighting, dramatic, good personality to it. Like that card very much. This Dino is an artist I didn't know, Yashiro Nanako. I think it's their first card. Really impressive piece of artwork, interesting style. Love the color choices. We'll look forward to seeing more of their artwork in the future, hopefully. Yep. Reminds me a little bit of Zuke, actually, that one, but there we are. And finally, the Chibizuelos. Yeah. Chibi's very strong artist, dramatic, nice angle to it, good lighting. Again, not a Pokemon I like, silly Pokemon, but so those are all very strong cards, very strong art, but they didn't make my top 20, but I can appreciate all of those. So, 20th place. I've given it to Posuzuki doing Magnezone, Gibacoil. And I just thought this was a really nicely done. It's a difficult Pokemon to make interesting. Very silly looking Pokemon. But that's very dramatic. I like all the different reflection on Magnezone's body. It's just an interestingly done card. It only just squeaked into my top 20, but I particularly like that one. 19th place. I adore Shiina Nahara's work, but this was probably the weakest card they've done so far for the Pokemon TCG. Interesting Pokemon. It's just a little bit simple for Nanahara's normal, rather complex style. It could have been a little bit more interesting, but it's still a very strong card. In 18th place, I've gone for Sekio. It's nice to have a card by Sekio again. It's been a while. I think we've only had 2 this year, and this is Indeedee. I just love Sekio's watercolor style. Don't like the Pokemon, but that's a really beautifully done card. Maybe I should have put it higher, but it's a gentle card, but just the paint on this is just beautiful. The pastel colors, really strong. In 17th place, I have gone for Crocolore by Atsuya Uki, who is an artist I think is really, really good. I'm going to be doing a video on all their work, possibly next week, maybe. I don't like this Pokemon at all. But very nicely done card with that clean cartoony style, like animation cell over a painterly background. Yep, that impressed me. This Magneton by Nisota Niso. Again, I thought this was really good. It's not a Pokemon that you can easily do a lot with to give personality to, but there's such drama in that. Love the colour choices in there. Just very clean, dramatic. Strong card. Yep. I suspect very few people will be choosing these ones, but it's my choices. So, right, next one. We've got Rika doing Iron Bundle. Again, it's a bluish card for Rika. Rika tends to be given cards with ice or water and tends to paint in a lot of blues, but we have a lot of red in this one as well. It's a very nicely done bit of cartoon artwork. Very dramatic. Yeah, like that very much. The next one is Dom doing Armarouge, who I collect, the whole line. I collect all the cards of Charcadets. Yeah, very strong. It's all about the angle, the drama. Beautifully painted. Strong card. Ren's Vivillon. I like Ren. I collect Ren. It's one of the few artists that I try to collect English as well as Japanese. It's just a very competent card. Great layout. That's what an art rare should look like. It's great. Love the blurred background. I know it's computer done, but yeah, very nice. And then we've got Akitsu doing Jasmine's Gaze. I prefer this to the full art by a long way because you've got background, and Akitsu is so good at doing background in their beautiful outlined cartoon style. It's just brilliant. It's a simple card, but it just shows off why Akitsu is such a great artist. Taira Akitsu. As I say, they also did the full art. The full art was not as interesting to me as this one. And number 11, I have gone for Matazo doing Urgamoth, Volcarona. High drama, lighting brilliant, colours in the sky, fantastic. Such a great artist and such a strong card. So, yeah, brilliant card. So those are all fell outside the top 10. And let's move on, put them up there a bit. And we'll move on to my top 10. In 10th place, I have gone for Taika Kasai, doing an incredibly strong Tauros with the camera looking from the ground up. High drama, blocked out slabs of grey and black with this incredible, I don't know what colour you would call that, hot pink on the horns. That's top drama, really, really, really strong, high design card, brilliant. 10th place for me. In 9th place, I have put Arita. Even though I adore Arita, it's not perhaps his strongest card. It's still very, very good. I do not like Walrein. Interesting look at underwater light, as Arita is so good at underwater light, and you're looking up to ice on the surface and light shining through a hole in the ice, I guess, and Walrein's diving below the ice. It's a very clever card. It's quite subtle, but very difficult light to actually capture like that, and Arita does it brilliantly. So 9th place for Arita today. That's how good this set is, that Arita is not in my top 2 or 3. In 8th place, I've gone for Rond, doing the art rare of Ceruledge, which looks like batik to me. It's just incredibly beautiful piece of colour work. It's not an interesting pose, perhaps. It's just standing there. But what an incredibly beautiful card, and such a memorable, strong illustration. I think it's quite an expensive card in the English set, so I'm going to have to get a copy for my Ceruledge collection, but it's going to cost me, I think, unless I pull it from the one ETB that I've bought. But I'll probably just have to buy a copy of that one. But yes, brilliant, brilliant card. I think it's their 3rd card. I didn't like their previous couple, but this really, really impresses me. Yeah, it's the colour, isn't it? It's just beautiful. So in 7th place, I have gone for Akagi doing Skeledirge, and I really don't like Skeledirge, but wow, this may change my mind. That is so good. I mean, it's clean cartoon style, but brilliant. Such lighting and action. Excellent. So taking a Pokemon that basically I can't stand and think is a terrible design and making it really, really impressive. So top marks. In 6th place, now we're getting into ones that totally blew me away. This is Felicia Chen. Felicia Chen. Wow. This Primate. It's the lighting is incredible, but look at the detail of that tree and the mood of it. It's brilliant. Just amazing. Yeah. That is amazing. Right, we're moving into the top 5 now, I think. Yeah, that was number 6. So, yeah, these are strong cards. As I say, I think this set has impressed me more than any Pokemon set in the history of Pokemon for the number of wow artworks. Another of my favourite artists, Uninori, doing Dedenne. Just fantastic. Uninori is everything I want in an artist. Just such exciting cards. And the competency of doing that pipe work and getting the depth of it and the shapes of it. It's just really good. The lighting is subtle but very clever. Brilliant card. Brilliant, brilliant card. In 4th place, wow, this totally blew me away. This is a new artist, I think. I hope there will be lots more. Kamanabe. Have a look at their work on, it's either Instagram or, I don't know, find their work online, because they are a talented artist, and this is genius. And it's Pokemon I collect. But that is A+ artwork for Blitzel there. The color choices, the angle, the line work, it's just brilliant. So brilliant card. And we're into the top 3. So what beat all of these beautiful artworks? Well, you probably do know these, but there we go. Third place, I've gone for Fujimoto Gold, doing Jasmine's Gaze, the SAR. It's reminiscent of a very famous painting by Norman Rockwell, which I have hanging on my wall in my dining room, of the policeman and the little runaway boy. But I love this card. I think it is just so beautifully executed. The light in it is just perfect. Fujimoto Gold is a great artist. I am collecting all their work. I probably won't get this in English though. I think I'll limit myself to just Japanese prints of their stuff, because it is an expensive card. We'll see how the price tracks. If it comes within an affordable price, I will then try and pick up an English copy. But the English ones will not be as good as the Japanese. I mean, the texturing on this in Japanese is so much better, and it just feels more authentic in Japanese with the text. So I love that card very much. For some reason it came in a side-loading sleeve, but there we are. And numbers 2 and 1 are both by the same artist, but really they're one painting because they fit together. Koroi Mori, who I also collect. These are just brilliant. We'll have a look at Feebas first. Beautiful. This is so beautiful. Pokemon have just, they are hiring some of the greatest of artists at the moment. We are so lucky to be living in this age where we get these incredibly beautiful pieces of work. And then the upper part is my Lotic Miraculoso. Just beautiful. Which is my favorite? In some ways, the Phoebus. I love the water lily leaves or whatever these are. I think those are beautifully done. But this is just, it's an SAR. It's got the glitter foil. It's got the texturing, which isn't, I mean, the artwork is separate from the treatment that it gets, but they are both beautiful, beautiful cards. So there we go. That is a look at my favorite cards from such an impressive set of cards.